Hello, so in this video we're going to go over the Project 1. This is by Group 6, Corey, Aswathi, Janavi, and Ami. The name of our app is Image Storyteller. This is our URL. So the purpose of our app is to basically generate labels from a photo using computer vision API. And then we're going to take those labels and sort them into a random sentence. So considering that we're not using machine learning or AI, which would take too long for this class time, we're creating truly random stories that may or may not be nonsensical. So status wise, pretty much everything is working. So we have the options to upload from a local computer, download a photo from a Facebook account. The photos are stored to online data store. The Google Computer Vision API is also correctly analyzing the photos, and we're also able to assemble the labels into a random story. Now our proposal, this is our proposal, this is the wiki GitHub. Our proposal is at the very bottom of our wiki. So basically this is a mock-up of our UI. Our actual implementation of the UI turned out to be something very similar. So basically, there it is. There's a photo. The labels are displayed to the right, and then the story, a randomized story, is underneath. So at the very start here, we specifically stated that the story may be nonsensical, as we don't have the expertise to, move the labels in a correct manner or create a story using machine learning or AI. Okay, so moving on. Deployment. So I'm going to go now to my Facebook developer page and show the deployed URL pointing to my web app. So here we are. This is my app ID. This is the site URL. Under settings, basic, scroll all the way to the bottom, website, site URL. So I'm going to open this in Microsoft Edge rather than Google Chrome because I have ad blocker on Google Chrome, which sometimes interferes with this login button right here. So as you can see, we have an option to choose file or log into Facebook to retrieve photos. So we're going to start with local, and then eventually we're going to come back and try the Facebook. All right, so we're going to go with this photo right here. It takes a while for this to all to process, so we're just going to be waiting here for about 10 seconds. That was faster than I thought it would be, but anyway, here is Arnold Schwarzenegger sitting in nature. You can see here all the labels over the side, and then you can see that these are all assembled into a random story, which is truly random because this story clearly makes no sense. Now we're going to go back and try the Facebook. So log in. So I'm going to, for security purposes, temporarily pause the recording so that you guys won't see the email I use or the link to the password. So just a moment. I'm going to pause the recording and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So we can see here, these are a bunch of my old photos, very, very old. I don't use Facebook anymore, so these are all extremely old photos. So anyway, let's just click on this picture right here, and it immediately begins to, there we go. Well, again, like the last one, there's a photo on the left, labels on the right, story at the bottom. So we've just gone over the demonstration of the Facebook app. We've gone over the deployment. And now we're going to move on to the GAE part.
Hello, this is Ami Bhadani. As you have looked at the demo of application, now let's go to the dashboard of Google App Engine. This is the dashboard of Google App Engine. Here you can look at the summary, billing status, current load, and etc. Uh, Now let's go to the data store. This is the kind that I have created for our application user images. You can store image ID, image story, and image URL. So now let's go to the application and check if any data is added or not. First I will log into the Facebook. So this is the images that I have posted in the Facebook account. Let's click on the one of images. So this is the story that I have generated. Let's go back to the data store and check if the entity is updated. So this entity is updated, animated, or now let's go back to the application and select that image again. This will generate new story. Now let's go back to the data store and refresh it. The new story is updated here. So now let's try to add new image that is not stored in the data store. Choose image. The image name is fun image. Click on the submit. So the story for this image is here. Now let's go back to data store. Here you can not find fun image ID. Now refresh it and look for the fun image. That there is a fun image ID that is added, and this is a story. So now let's go back and check for fun image again. The story is generated here. The story is updated here also. As mentioned in the starting of video, our application is running successfully and there is no issue in this application. For the scope of improvement, currently we are using the predefined set of noun, verbs, adverbs and adjective to generate story. We select random word from this predefined set, and this generated story doesn't have any meaning and isn't related to this image. So we can improve our app by using machine learning or natural language processing tools to generate more meaningful story. To complete this project, we learned how to integrate Facebook Graph API to our application, how to deploy our application in Google App Engine, how to create data store and use it in Java application. And also we got familiar with the Google Analytics and Facebook Analytics. Thank you for watching.